Hello, my name is Idessa Tony. Welcome to Seniors with a Purpose. It is a fact that nutrition plays an integral part of a senior's health and well-being. We all need to eat, but another unspoken truth among many seniors who are alone in the home is that not everyone enjoys cooking. Today's video is titled Seniors Who Have an Aversion to Cooking. An astounding fact that was uncovered while researching information for this video is that there are some seniors who never had a need to cook. They were never taught and therefore never had a desire to learn. There was always someone else who did it for them, as a child and even during marriage. It was the spouse who prepared all the meals before he or she passed on, and now the senior is alone in the home, faced with having to cook for themselves and others when they're a guest. This video is intended to be a little lighthearted, yet serious enough to attempt learning what the senior's problem may be, and exploring viable solutions to overcome any obstacles. The seniors to whom we are referring remain vital and able-bodied and are a bit challenged in the kitchen. There are no health issues hindering them from cooking and eating what they've cooked. They know exactly what to do and are keenly aware how to shop. They just have no genuine interest in being in a kitchen to prepare meals. Some humorously shared that they would rather clean the kitchen with hundreds of dishes after the meal if someone else would cook it. They embark upon the task of cooking only because they realize they must eat to live. Okay, since you need to cook, let's explore why it's so difficult and offer solutions to overcome what seems to be a daunting task. The first and most important thing is remembering whoever prepared nutritious and delicious meals for you in the past did it because they loved you. As you became older and are now a senior, you realize every good meal eaten has left a good and indelible memory from childhood to present. Until now, there was something special about those meals you had not recognized. It was that the secret ingredient in the person's cooking was love. Tell the truth. Have you ever eaten the same meal prepared by two separate individuals and you walk away knowing one was better than the other? Of course you have. We don't say this aloud, but the ingredients were the same. The procedure to prepare both meals were the same. However, there was definitely a difference in the taste. That difference reveals how passionate and purposeful a senior was as the meal was being prepared. Seniors who cook with passion are enjoying what they do. Viewers, we have been shouting from the rooftop since the beginning of this video that the distinct difference in the food is love, and you can taste it. Every cook who enjoys preparing meals do it with the understanding that others will greatly benefit from their efforts. Not only are those eating receiving nourishment for physical stamina, but their mental and spiritual selves are also being fed. Every cook appreciates a compliment about the prepared meal, which invigorates them to do an even better job the next time. Those who do not enjoy cooking lack confidence in their ability to do so. The following are a few reminders to seniors why meal preparation was once very important and remains so today. Older seniors who live in rural areas of the country recall when they were young and money was not readily available, that their parents were not hard pressed to find something to cook to feed their families. Fish were caught, wild game was killed and dressed to be prepared for dinner. Gardens had been planted for easy accessibility to vegetables such as potatoes, greens, squash, peas, tomatoes, and numerous other veggies. And yes, there was always free wild fruit to be picked. Plums, pears, apples, and berries for delicious pies, and peaches for a cobbler. Each meal was prepared from God's provisions. More importantly, every meal was delivered to the table in anticipation that the family would be sufficiently nourished and filled. The cook cook's reward after the meal was finished was when everyone exclaimed how delicious it had been. This is the reason so many cooks are baffled to hear that someone has no desire to cook and do not enjoy it. Serving others provides fulfillment to a cook. Just having knowledge that the food you cooked and served provided sustenance to others was reward enough, because without it, a person's very life or existence is threatened. Even when we're cooking for ourselves, there needs to be joy in knowing that our bodies are being nourished for strength. And the true motivation for cooking when we are alone is for love of self. We understand sometimes eating alone can be difficult. It has been suggested that some seniors do not enjoy cooking due to this aloneness, often losing their appetites. If this happens, please talk with your doctor or therapist if you have one. It could be a sign of the beginnings of depression. When a senior has no interest in cooking, the difficulty is in dealing with the anxiety cooking causes. The Cleveland Clinic at .org informs there is a name for what you are going through. It is MAGEIROCOPHOBIA. The clinic explains further, and I quote, that it occurs when you're fearful of cooking or the idea of cooking. You may experience intense anxiety or go out of your way to avoid cooking. For many people, this phobia stems from not wanting to make mistakes, unquote. To any who may be interested, the spelling of this phobia is MAGEIROCOPHOBIA. We are ending this video with practical tips offered by Psychology Today for overcoming anxiety about cooking, even if you already have a few culinary skills. If you lack basic cooking equipment, visit a dollar store. Use tried and true recipes. Start with prepared foods as a base. When you become comfortable in the kitchen, buy fresh foods to prepare. Start with the expectation that your first dish may not be perfect. Write down what you did in case you want to deviate next time. When starting out, allow yourself twice the time you think you will need. Now that you've been made aware that anxiety is a primary factor as a reason you may not be inclined to cook, love yourself enough to try, knowing that mistakes can be remedied. So, what if mistakes are made? It's not the end of the world. Anxiety is most often preceded by anticipation. An article by Medical News Today says, and I quote, anticipatory anxiety involves feeling high levels of anxiety about a future event or situation. In this case, we're focusing on cooking anxieties. While some level of concern about the future is common and acceptable, anticipatory anxiety involves an excessive or debilitating level of worry that tends to focus on negative outcomes, unquote. After viewing this video, you're now empowered to recognize that there's nothing in which you should be afraid of in any kitchen. Understanding if mistakes occur, they help us realize that our biggest enemy can be ourselves. Now get in that kitchen with confidence. Bon appetit. Please subscribe and hit that like button if this video was enjoyable. And please remember to share also. My goal is to increase subscribers to 1,000 by the end of this year. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you all.